Hope you're doing as good as I'm doing today. What a day. Oh my lord. I got a hell of a story to go off about a little bit. Physically, I can put it at an 8.75 pretty confidently. All the weights moved really well. 320 for 5 sets of 2 were actually pretty easy. As you'll see, this is going to be part of my story. I ended up switching gyms at some point, and the bar I was using at the other gym I found out they don't have powerlifting bars. It's all Olympic bars. So, imagine my surprise when I go for my fourth set at 320 at a new gym, and the bar tries to fly out of my hand. So you'll probably see it on the fourth and fifth set. The fifth set, not as much, but on the fourth set, it definitely tried to come out of my hand a little bit. So that threw me off. But again, it still moved pretty well considering how limited I was. The snatches also went great. I think my form is at like a new peak, honestly. Not that I learned anything super new. I think I've just gotten a lot better handle on my consistency. It just all felt great. Mentally, I'll put it at a 9 just for the sake of me having such a comeback today. So getting into this little story of mine, what the main point of it is that I thought would be really cool to talk about, that's very important for everybody to think about whenever they're in this situation, is making the most out of what they're limited with, and what I mean by that is, there are so many times where little things will go wrong in the day and people will be completely deterred to do what they really want to do. And I get I'm talking about more like their daily passions, the stuff that they want to do to better themselves. So I'm not really including your daily 9 to 5. If you call out of work, whatever. I'm talking more about the stuff that you really want to do solely for the sake of bettering yourself, and then not committing to it because some things get in the way in your daily life, and you're just it's so easy to just be like, oh, whatever. I'll go tomorrow. Fuck it. The world's just not on my side today. What happened to me was I went to my gym, 24 Hour Fitness, as I always do. I got there pretty early comparatively to when I've been getting there. Warmed up to 320, felt great. Did one set super well, and power goes out. And that's happened twice now. This is the second time in the year and a half that I've been working out there that it has happened. And it is painful when this happens, because what ends up happening is there is about a 15-minute time gap. Of course, it's dependent on how the workers want to treat it, but they have to kick us out. I know it's not their fault. I'm not grudgeful about it, but it just fucking sucks because I'm starting my peak week bench sets. I haven't done this kind of weight before for this amount of sets and reps, and I got through 3 of my working sets. It was easy, which is crazy to think about. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago that I was PRing 315 on bench, and now 315 plus is easy for several sets. And I love that. But I'm sure people can relate. If you've ever been kicked out of a gym, or you've had something come up to where you had to leave mid-workout, it sucks. I've had family stuff, relationship stuff in the past that got in the way, and I had to drop everything and go to it. And it is such a shitty feeling to want to commit to something so bad and then have to just put it away without when you're already that committed in the moment. So I was like, all right, instead of being like, fuck, I was pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not fucking perfect. I know that, but I was on the verge of damn, I know the weight's easy, and I know I have the next 2 sets if I got to do it right now. So is it worth, and my snatches have been going great, so I was like, is it worth just leaving it there, just knowing that the weights are good? And to me, every time, of course, it can be good enough if you got a really valid reason. Of course, whatever you need to do, when it comes to emergencies, you got to do it. But in the moment, I just got kicked out of my gym, or if you're on vacation or something and you're limited to whatever you can do to work out, I think that it's very imperative that you try to develop a mindset to where you make the most out of that present moment, Because, of course, it can be good enough, but I am striving to do the absolute best in the moment that I have in this present day and time. And I got my work done for the day. I was just gonna go home and do bullshit, and I was like, is it really gonna be a day where I put the gym down for once and just go fuck off for a night? No. So I did the best I could. I looked up Olympic gyms near me. Most Olympic gyms, they'll charge you pretty hard to get in because a lot of them are private because of how you can get sued for people getting injured pretty easily, and it's a very niche expertise. But the UFit, luckily, got new platforms where I'm at recently for Olympic stuff, even if they didn't plan on people using it for that reason. And I was like, shit, it's not the best, but I have a means to make this day count. And actually, when you can say that you put in your best by just giving up and being like, oh, okay, that was my best. But no, you'll know when you did your best by doing the work that you have at hand, by actually putting an effort to make it get done. Even if I went to the gym and say they lost power 2 or whatever, and every gym I went to kicked me out, at least I tried. That would be doing my best, even if I didn't get to do the workout. But luckily, they had power. Awesome. So, I got to the bench. It had only been about, I think it was probably about 10, 15 minutes at that point since my last bench set. And the way I saw it, I was like, shit, I still got some caffeine in my system. I feel good. And I've taken longer rest times before because I shoot the shit with people too much. And I was like, let's just get back to 320 and just knock this shit out. And with a shittier bench and a bar that twists in my hands when I push as hard as I can, I made that shit fucking happen. And I am proud of that. That's where you get true passion, by putting in the best. Even if it wasn't as efficient as you wanted it to be, when you did the best. I will say the guy manhandled the fucking bar. I don't know, I feel like at the bench videos might be gone at this point, but whenever you see the fourth and fifth set, especially the fifth set, I didn't tell him to fucking grab it. I told him I'm doing sets of 2 today. I'll give you a 3-2-1, give me that good lift off, and then we're chilling. And I guess he's a bodybuilder at heart, because he's just ends up being one of those guys that like manhandling the bar on the way up. I get it. I know what he was trying to do. He wanted to push me to do more reps and go to a failure. Cool, but regardless, I've trained enough at this point to know that physically and mentally, that weight was easy. I know that it made it easier in the technical sense because he touched the bar a little bit. But the way that it came off my chest and the control, especially that when I really knew that the bar was weird on the fifth set, the second set at the new gym, I was able to really hold my posture better, which was good. And honestly, in a way that might make my bench form better. So there's a positive you could take from that. But I know that that was like a good set. And I know that my strength is there. And luckily I bench and squat twice a week. So you'll get to see that weight again in 4 days. So the second half of this is going to do my snatches. And anybody who has done Olympic lifting knows that when you go to a gym long enough, the moment you switch your gym material, whether it's the bar, the weights, the platform, even if it's the same quality, if it a different brand can make the weights feel weird, because Olympic is so technical to the point of any finite difference, especially when you're going heavy like I did today, it's gonna feel weird. It sucks. It's a mental thing, and you just have to do enough snatches to be like, all right, feels fine. I just gotta do it and get through it. You're not gonna see it because I just want to put the making sets. I always show my failures if I miss it and jump right back on it right after. But the way it happened today was probably the worst thing that could happen. And first set at 215, it's only 90%. I went higher the other day. Felt weird, and I couldn't fully commit to it, and I failed 3 in a row. That is horrible when you start your working sessions in Olympic, because that's going to be a lot of the energy that I have that I'm going to be able to put into it. You know, I am losing a shit ton of mobility and form and strength when I fail 3 in a row on my first set. Because I got under all of them. I just couldn't hold it where I wanted to and commit to the overhead squat. So again, this shit happens, and it hits so hard sometimes when you really put in your best effort and you still fail sometimes. But I feel like at this point in the video, you'll have seen I pulled it back. I took about 5-7 minutes and just chilled out, allowed myself to breathe, put the emotions away, and really just full committed. Just thinking about locking out my elbows, putting the strength in my shoulders to use, holding my core as tight as I could. And once I got that first one, I'm sure you may have seen. I'm sure you've seen it. Even if you don't do Olympic, my form was supreme today. Holy shit! I am. There is a certain sense of pride. It's not even ego. It's just pride and confidence that you can get in yourself. This is what I mean when I say that getting through the shit days are the best ways to have your best day, or the best way to have your best days, you know? Didn't mean to say best twice, but whatever. But you have to learn in your passions in life, whether it's weightlifting or whatever else you want to do that seems that like a hobby that you're getting passionate in, regardless of what it is, art, music, a sport other than Olympic weightlifting, whatever. You have to really commit to the mindset and the discipline that it takes in order to have such a shit day like today was and make it look like a fucking awesome day. And even if it didn't feel great and I wish it went a little bit better, I made the goddamn best of it. And at the end of it, my mental was really low when I got started, but goddamn it, I brought that shit back. And that comeback, that is what makes today a 9 on my mental scale. That's what makes the next couple workouts great. You know, it's the fact that I know that I have that in me, and if I can get through that kind of a shit day, I'm gonna fucking kill clean and jerk day. And day after tomorrow, I'll have my rest day, and then it'll be clean and jerk day. And I've been nervous about the weights all program because I haven't gone that heavy before. And literally just because of this day, I have never been so confident. I can feel it, you know? It's such a confidence booster when you go through that kind of a shit experience, turn it into your own positive experience, and god damn it, that's what makes discipline. That's what makes passion, and that is what makes confidence, you know? This is part of the reason why I have such good mindsets nowadays. Because I know I have whatever it takes in me to get through any shit situation, regardless of it being the gym or something else. The gym was just the accessory in my life that got me to the point to where I could really accept that mindset in all points of life, whether it's money, a job, a relationship with my girlfriend or my friends or my family. I have this shit in me. And I know that for a fact based off of how committed I am to the things in my personal life. So, again, make the most of what you've got. It's a shit thing to go through in the moment, but anything is when that happens. And running away from it and pushing it off for the next day is just going to make the shit day hit harder the next time it happens. So commit, you know, get that discipline, and I promise you that shit will make your mindset and your mentality so much more positive and productive. But other than that, I'm gonna enjoy my rest day tomorrow. It's because I fucking earned it now, you know. So that's what matters, I guess. That's what I'm saying. So I got nothing else. Just enjoy your night, whatever you're doing. Do your shit, and get some discipline. Commit a little. It's worth it when you get through it. I promise. Goodbye.